Good day everyone, my name is Vince Gabriel Asbarsigan and I will be discussing the Philippine art history. Philippine art history. Philippine art history refers to the works of art that have developed in country from the beginning of its civilization up to the present era. Museums all over the country reflects the culture of the Philippine society and the wide range of cultural influences from countries that happen to interact with its people. It is also considers how other countries' culture influenced local arts that resulted in Filipino artworks as it is known for today. In pre-colonial Philippine art before 1521, early evidences of ancient tools and other artifacts abound in different islands of the Philippines. So here are the descriptions of other artifacts that were discovered. The first one is receptacles. So these are containers fashioned by early Filipinos to enclose and protect the bodies of their dead relatives. Protection and conservation of the bodies supported what scientists thought about early Filipinos believing life after death and immortality of the soul. So these containers serve as a funerary for the dead. These coffins are made out of tree barks and fibers. Woven into mats may also function as receptacles of food and other belongings which will accompany the dead on their journey to the other world. Receptacles can be also made out of leaves, wood, and bamboo. So the bamboo was the most popular material because of its natural characteristics and abundance. The second one is textile weaving. Flat stone tools believed to have been used to pound and flatten tree barks into primitive types of textile. The next one is jewelry. Shells were used for accessories such as bracelets and pendants. A piece of conch shell, presumably an earring, is an example of ancient jewelry. It was discovered in Duyong Cave, Palawan. Shells, animal bones, and small bones were the earliest ornaments. There was also evidence of skill in making jade ornaments. Accessories made of jade or nephrite were found in Palawan and Calatagan excavation sites. Other jewelry began to include beads of glass, agate, and gold, wherein gold beads were found in Guri Cave. Next is pottery. Clay pots were discovered which dated as early as 710 BCE in Masbate. The most convenient way to classify and study thousands of pre-Hispanic pottery is to classify them according to shape, methods of description, and types of design on the surface. The first one is shape. Shape is the description of the vessel's body, the form of its mouth, the thickness of its lips, or the presence of ears, spouts, and legs attached to its body. Second is the methods of decoration. Methods of decoration is the manner by which designs are applied on the body surface. Decoration designs are either impressed or incised. Impressed designs are involved pressing on the vessels certain objects like a rope, or string, or a small piece of mat, while the surface is still wet. Then it will leave an expression on the surface on the clay as it dries. The next one is incised design. Incised design are make use of sharp objects to draw a pattern. The last one is design. Design are either abstract or representational. Abstract design consists of dots, straight lines, and curved lines, which are inspired by nature, for example, stars, waves, and clouds. Where on the other hand, representational designs are usually objects in nature, for example, these are trees, animals, or drawings of human figures. After pottery, the next one is the sculpture. One of the best example of this is the Manungol burial jar, founded on 890 to 710 BCE. It is regarded as the symbol of the Philippine prehistoric artifacts. It was found in Palawan and is named after the cave where it was found. The jar is measured 66.5 in height and 51 cm in diameter as its widest part. The oval of the body is crowned by a unique cover. It is surmounted by a group of sculpture which is a representation of the soul of the dead person being transported by the figure rowing the boat into the afterlife. Figures representing spirits constituted most of the early Philippines representational sculpture. The Tagalogs called their religious images as likha, tao-tao, and larawan. These images represented anitos or the spirits whom the early Filipinos believed in and prayed to. Some statues of Hindu god and goddesses were also discovered all over the archipelago, which prove that the early Filipinos had a connection with Hindu traders. The next part is architecture. The house during the 16th century were single-room constructions with walls of bamboos and the roof was made of palm leaves. The ground floor was usually used for the storage. Cooking and washing were done in a part of the house called batalan. There are three different style and structure of native dwellings. These are Bahay Kubo, Ifugao House, and the Maranao House. The first type is Bahay Kubo or Nipa Hut. It is built from bamboo and nipa, which are the most common construction materials in rural areas. The next type of construction of houses is the Ifugao House. Ifugao House are so constructed because of the cold climate of the mountain province. The Ifugaos constructed their houses in a manner that would assure protection from the low temperature and rains common in the mountain province. The last type of construction house is the Maranao House. Maranao House, it is a traditional house with a boat-like appearance. This description is primarily because of the presence of the panolong, the pro-like end of the beams that support the flooring of the house. The beams interlock with the columns of the house from under the walls. The rectangular shape of the house and its wide sloping roof suggests the boat-like appearance of the structure. The next part of Philippine art history is the Muslim art. There are two types of Muslim art, the Sarimanok and the Naga. Sarimanok is a representation of an open-winged legendary bird which stands on a fish with another fish hanging from its beak. It is usually placed on the top of the bamboo pole at the center of the Maranao villages among decorative flags during festive occasions. Where on the other hand, Naga is a stylized dragon or serpent carved in grave markers or elaborately in prose. The most important element in Muslim art is color. Greens, yellows, reds, and violets and blues are all in high intensity and reach and enhance any ochre. Ochre are elaborate curvilinear motif made by the Maranao and Tausug tribes of Mindanao. The main motif are the Sarimanok, the Naga, and the Paco Rabong fern. These are particularly used to decorate houses of sultans. Ochre adatu are made for ornamental designs for men, while on the other hand, ochre abay is for women. Ukil, on the other hand, is a design technique usually seen in Sulu Peninsula. It is decorative design that is used in carving, basketry, pottery, and weaving. Its pattern is similar to the Western style arabesque and Art Nouveau. The elegance of Maranao brassworks is best seen in the Kabul and Gadur. These are jar-like containers with covers that resembles of the domes of their mosque. Stylized and geometric motifs are also applied on tools, weapons, and musical instruments. Weaponry include kampilan. Kampilan, it is a long sword and its handle resembling the open mouths of a naga. The next one is the kris. Kris is a wavy flame-like blade representing the body of a serpent. And the last one is the barong. Barong is a leaf-like blade having the same geometric shapes on its hilt. The next part of reporting is the art of the mountain province. Wood is the medium of choice in the art of mountain province. It is used in making shields, spoons, ladles, bowls, and also human and animal figures. Wherein wood carving in mountain province is considered an important skill in all tribes. Iron melting and bronze casting are other skills of the Ifugao and Itnog. Iron is used for making functional materials like axes and spears, where on the other hand, bronze, brass, and gold are used for making other ornaments which includes jewelries. The next is the mountain art, which is divided into two kinds, the ritualistic designs and decorative designs. The ritualistic designs are the bulol and the bihang. Bulol is a figure of a benevolent spirit who guards granaries and rice fields. And bihang is a figure meant to scare and create fear of punishment in anybody who goes against the norms of the village. While on the other hand, abstract designs are seen in textile, bamboo, brass, and gold ornaments are all examples of decorative designs.